They turn it around, yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that?
Hey, man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what? Big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Let's get
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it.
Blah, blah, blah. They got me. Oh, my God, bro. They trying to get me. Part 2. Let me put a part 2 up in here. They think they slick. Maxx Crosby and his homeboy. First of all, I didn't even know they had that podcast cracking like that. Okay. Put some respect on my podcast. Okay. It's all good. We going to do it. But we still going to do this live. Man, I'm from Compton, man. You ain't gonna kill me. You ain't going to kill me easy. What's up? I'm waiting for y'all to get up in here. Let's crack it back in from the jacket to the back end. Okay, we're going to go through that video again, but we're not going to go through it the way I went through it. I got to admit, I was being a little sloppy. I got to admit, I was being a little lazy. I was over there messing with my computer on the side, not in the camera, not cutting it up like I usually do, not being the DJ I am, quick on the mix. I get it. So I was violating some rules, I assume. All good. We still in the hood. We still going to go get it. We still got a lot of topics to talk about, so we just gonna get that Maxx Crosby tell-all. I love it. The Rush over here, hate. We also gonna do details of the WNBA deal. We gotta get into that mega deal. Lakers, championship contenders, what up? Or is that real? And the inside the NBA. Are they real or are they being reckless? People wanna say both, so I don't know. Okay, let me try this while I wait for y'all. Can't believe I got shut down by Maxx Crosby. I'm about to text him right now. But hey, dog, who is Rush? Whoever that is, let me see if I get my thing looking prettier back here. Let's see if this pops on. If this pops up ugly, I'm out. Let's see. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut this up, and this should work. We'll see. If it doesn't, oh, well. All right. Look at that. Thank you, Maxx. You got my little background good. Okay, let's go. Let's get into the meat of it. Ooh, that's nasty. Pause. I had that relationship, right? Dummy. Like, it's weird leaving, when you were leaving the Raiders, didn't even talk to the GM, but you did. But you didn't talk to him at first. And now you want to talk to the coach. Let's get into it. First of all, them tats is sick. Like a Halloween costume. That's dope. What? Yo, I've been hearing a lot of weird stories about this whole scandal. But the general manager, who basically pulls the trigger. Like, the owner says, okay, do what you want to do. The owner gives you the gun, but you pull the trigger. Doesn't even want to talk to you? And we calling this a real trade from hello? Man, we got suckered. We got duped. We really did. How busy is he? Is he over there getting Trey Hendrickson in the building right now? Or is he waiting, or he already knows this ain't really a real trade, so why should I really show up? You get it? Whoa, this is gangster. This is playing. You know why he had a blank face? Because behind that blank face was a lot of stuff saying, don't get too cool with this dude. He gone. You've been there before when you know, hey, can you come over? Yeah, I'll be over there in 10 minutes. Okay. And they get there and it's like, is everything okay? That's the first thing they say. Because they know, they looking at you like, where's the life in your eyeballs? Like, you just lost your soul because you about to break up with her. You know how it go. You like, yeah, everything good. You trying to act normal. Acting normal means you're acting. You're not normal. Normally, you don't act. That's a Wileyism right there, right? Like, come on, dog. You can't play it off. This is why the police job is really easy, and people make it hard. Because they like, dog, I know what you just did. Listen to you. So you dropped the bottle of beer at 11:30. I mean, like, you ain't even gave me no love. First of all, I've been here 5 hours. Your ass ain't came downstairs, Mr. DaCosta. Then when you see me, you got this blank look. And then when we start talking, all you got to say is, hey, this ain't going well. This ain't going to happen. Ooh. So how long you been up here knowing it ain't going to happen? Why am I still in this building right now? I could have left 2 hours ago. Why didn't you come downstairs 2 hours ago? I wonder, Trey Hendrickson, he on the phone? if I'm Maxx Crosby, I'm going through his office. Hey, I don't give a damn. Somebody in here. Who messing with my new team? And then you see a dude in the closet. It's Trey Hendrickson and his agent. Like, we're sorry. We didn't know. We didn't. Man, come on. Like, you get caught cheating.
And, we really want you, and this is what it is, but, we're just going to have to get more and more opinions. And
what?
I was like,
you got an opinion from my doctor. You got an opinion from your doctor. I'm sure your doctor got homeboys. Mine does, too. What the hell? How many more opinions you need, dog? You should freak out. And another thing you should also never say is someone's the best surgeon in the world, because they all are. Any successful surgeon, you're like, yeah, he's the best. He's my boy. Nah, seriously, they did their due diligence. Maxx knows this. He smells BS. This is a pro. This is a pro who also has a little cherry on top because he came into the league and he wasn't right. He's overcome a lot. His addiction, his sobriety, and he's a beast. What a beast. I mean, a beast. Big B. Beast. So he ain't going to step in it like that. He ain't no punk. He ain't scared, but he ain't going to step in it. He like, when you see, as they say, the fuckery, when you see the BS, sometimes it's okay to just be like, and then let it store up, let it build up, and then you unleash on their head when you see them. And you're going to get a chance to see Baltimore. I don't know if it's this year. I haven't seen the schedule. No one has. Is Baltimore on the schedule? I don't know. But he going to get his revenge. Oh, trust me, because they playing with this dude.
Like, low-key, deep down, I'm like, I can't get another surgery. I can't, my time, I'm like, this is fucked up. So I'm fucking like, what is going on, bro? And
y'all catch that? That's a competitor in him. He already thinking about, oh, my knee messed up. Okay, I'm gonna get another surgery and then I'll be good, right? That's what he thinking. Like almost childlike. Like, oh, okay, I'll fix it. Wow, that's crazy. Before you're a player, you're a person. Yeah, and that person is a father, a husband, person getting pulled all different directions, and I got to do all this. I got to be all this, and you can't just keep it 100. You can't. Ooh, Baltimore, this ain't a good look. This ain't the breakup, but look, I just need some time for myself. If everybody had a gun for the time they heard, I need some time for myself, and then next thing you know, they ass is at the Cheesecake Factory, they at the Plex nightclub, they in the after-hour spot. They did. What all these people around you for, girl? I thought you needed some time for yourself. Yeah, they BSing. I mean, look, that shouldn't be their reason. Look, it's a lot of ways to BS. You ain't got to go that way. Oh, you just had a surgery, so this is what's wrong with you, and so you're still wrong, and you're going to be wrong forever. That I don't even think Baltimore did that. I think the assumptions are kicking in now because there's a disconnect, miscommunication, and no communication because they just told you they don't want you. So now things are being heard, things are being said. This ain't it. This ain't reality. The reality is the dude's going through rehab, and we know that. They have signed players before in rehab. Come on now. This is nothing new. The real of it is not being told, or at least not yet. Stay tuned. Hold on. Let me. Hey, shut me down again, homie. Okay? Real spit. That's what you, homie. That was stop. Love Maxx Crosby. He knows it, so I got jokes. You know it is. If I joke on you, that means I funk with you. I'm done. You didn't have to shut me down for that. I'm done. All love, all love. But that got a ton of reaction out of a lot of people. First of all, my reaction to it is, you smell that bullshit? Some bullshit. Okay, I tell you what I really think after I hear a lot of opinions on this, because this is a weird thing. They did not fly Maxx Crosby on a private jet. Now, I told you when I signed my big deal in San Diego, in LA, I guess it was Southwest. I don't know what the hell it was. It was just, maybe it was a United. Maybe they made me feel good and special. It's 2001. It's still, they do private jets in 2001 for some quarterbacks and maybe some bigger players than me. But, a little more par for the course. This is not par for the course. This is double bogey. This is what? You imagine Maxx Crosby is at C3 waiting to get on his seat at his A4? He was on a real plane, like all of us. And I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong with that. Because frankly, I ain't never paying for a private plane unless something changes in my life drastically. But you are. You want me? You fly. I've been on private planes before. You want to know why? Mm-hmm. So hold on. You send a girl some bus money to say, hey, we about to start dating. You're going to be my woman. And then you get there, you realize, no, Keisha called me back finally after 10 months. You know what? We're going to break up. But I got the limo out front. Ice Cube had a song over. But wait, it gets worse. And then on top of that, the private part is so telling because the players, like this is part of the human capital, the social capital. These places aren't amazing by just how much they're going to pay you. It's also like think about it. Would you take $100 million to play for the Cowboys? Yeah. Would you take $100 million to play for the Patriots? Yeah. But doesn't it make you feel a little different in terms of the experience already? And you ain't even been there. How about $100 million to play for the Bengals? How about $100 million to play for the Browns? It's still $100 million. So how it's not even noteworthy, as Nick is saying. It is telling. Like, you guys are that oblivious, or it's telling. We can't lie to ourselves. We ain't really messing with Maxx like that. Or we got something else going. Let's see how we could do this. Like, you could tell when you're not all in. Just me and my wife yesterday we were talking about something. I was like, baby, I know what you want because you do the things you want. Right? Don't tell me, oh, I want to tell you this. I want to go here. I want to be. Whatever you're doing is telling me what you want more than anything you're going to say, because I can misdirect you with my words, but my actions are telling you exactly what I want. So it was kind of refreshing when I'm listening to this as I map it onto that and to everything else. Stop talking. It's about what you're showing. And right now they're showing you that Maxx Crosby, you worth a layover. God damn. Usually you can't escape them dudes. I've been there on those trips. I met, Jerry Jones, Bill Parcells. As soon as I get in the I saw Parcells second. Saw Jerry Jones first, which was a little out of order, I thought. But Parcells was trying to show, hey, this is my spot too, homie. Right? I mean, as soon as you get there, they like, hey, great man, going, man, you look great on film. Boy, you're bigger in real life than I thought you were. Okay, thank you. Yeah. You need anything? Like, hey, Susie, get over here. What you want? Some breakfast? I don't know. You LA boys, you probably eat brunch. Brunch, right? Like, all right, dog, I get it. Like, just where the contract at? It ain't that deep. It tells you. This is why all them detective shows and all that, they always catch who they want. It's like 0.01% of people get away with crimes. Think about it. Think about how many crimes happen a day. And think how many people always talking about prisons is full, and they always trying to send people through the prisons pipeline. Well, people trying to send themselves there too. Dog, you can't think of no crime perfectly. You can't, because what you're doing is wrong. So once you got that wrong element in there, it's going to be a little snag. Now, you can hide it. You can hide it well. You can think, oh, my God, I got away with this. But even when you get away with something, aren't you paranoid? Remember? Yes, you are. And because you're paranoid, you're going to act like you're normal. But you are acting, right? Because you normally don't act that way. Get it? So now, all of a sudden, you think you got away with the crime, police ain't on your scent, you good, you out the country, all this. But then where you are, they just like, a little odd. He's a little odd, but whatever, he's normal. And then they realize you ain't. Then they be like, wait a minute, what's wrong with this dude? You start telling on yourself, man, because, hey, you broke down. How do I know if I can fix you or you're not salvageable, right? Is this a salvage? What's the Carfax on this? It's not what you're saying. This is interesting. I want to read this comment right here because Francisco Aguilera, my dog, who's always here. Become a member, damn it. You always here. Shout out to Ben C., a member. Jared M., real members. Love you, Francisco. Let's talk it. You wrote... Now, they were all in until the agent for Hendrickson called and said they can get him for less than $30 million and keep their picks. Look, that call could have happened before you even went after Maxx Crosby. Be like, nah, we good. We know that's why we can get you for that, because you ain't Maxx Crosby. Like, if somebody told you about a discount before you go to Rodeo Drive, you like, yeah, keep your discount today. Today I'm tricking off. Today I'm going to the spot. Today is Gucci, baby. Gucci, man. But then after you get the Gucci and you walk out and you go home and maybe try it on and you look, you're like, fresh fresh. And then you hear about that discount again. Because you just spent $5,800 for like a shirt, a pair of pants, and some shoes. And somebody like, man, your boy show up, he Jordaned up. Or your boy just crispy. And you looking at him like, how much that cost? He's like, where you get that from? He's like, oh man, I went down to TJ Maxx, man. Got that. Just got these new J's that just came from StockX. He looking like a good $278. I'll give you a story, did tell you this. I was at a club. I got to fast forward the story so I don't sound like Max Crosby. I'm at a club. I have a Rolls Royce, doing too much. It's sitting out front, right in valet. As soon as you walk up, pow, right there. Okay, I was there, single. So I had two girls kind of battling, kind of like, I'm with him. I'm like, y'all can be together, be nice. Like, I ain't like that. Like, just relax. Like, they trying to fight to who can get in the front seat. I was like, all right, why don't you find one more friend? Because I got 3 empty seats. Anyway, it was that conversation. I get out, they coming, 1, 2 coming, and it's me. I'm there, and I met some rookie from Miami. Don't know his name. He's like, all right, Wiley, after the club, let's go get something to eat and kick it. All right, we all bring our groups together. Let's go. So I'm waiting on him. They get in. I'm waiting on him. Guess what he does? Guess what he does? He literally gets in a cab. Now, remember I said I had 3 empty seats? They only filled 2. He got in the cab, and they squished in there. It was like 6 of them. And I can't lie. Just in terms of looks, he won. His girls were beautiful. I was like, you bring them from Miami? They squished all in the car like they did it. Now, I would have offered one of them, but I was like, I can't do that because I don't know who he likes, who he wants, I can't offer just one. And then I'm doing too much. I'm dirty macking. Oh, yeah, you want to ride my Rolls Royce? Stop it. So anyway, that right there showed me you could be doing too much. I think Baltimore, in this moment, Trey Henderson, if his agent did call, or somebody said, hey, dog, we about to give him what? And picks when we could just get him, and he that close to him. I mean, well, that close. Well, he close, but he cheap. You went with the TJ Maxx. You went with the StockX. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I think you should. Crazy, right? Real stories like that. Real spit. Okay. So bad look for Baltimore. Let's hear another opinion on you before I give you my full.
I bet you the Ravens wish that Maxx Crosby didn't have his own podcast. Like you were kind of saying.
About that.
This is a bad look for Baltimore. At least if Max's side of the story is real and true, and we have no reason to think it's not, it's a bad look for Baltimore. I'll kind of flip it forward. I think one, because there's probably a lot of question marks still of like, okay, what is his knee actually like?
Yeah.
We'll know, I would imagine, because if the Raiders decide to hold him.
They're saying it's all on track. That's kind of.
Yeah. Distractions, deflections. You're trying to dog, I'm going through rehab. Can you stop talking about my knee? Oh, I wonder if it's going to be okay. You imagine if it was that much critical analysis on everyone who went through a surgery and a rehab? Like, it's almost like we shouldn't have done this. We shouldn't even talk about this deal or nothing until I'm healthy. So y'all can stop trying to put jeopardy out there about how I'm healing and how I'm going to be.
Coming from the surgeon that we know is very credible.
Right. And so I would imagine if the Raiders are going to continue to hold on to Maxx Crosby and not move him, that they've got to be confident that he's going to get healthy and get back to the type of player he was. Or if they're going to be overly aggressive in moving him, maybe they have their own doubts. So I think we'll have a little bit of an understanding as this goes.
Good point. Great point, actually. Now, we can't absolve the Raiders because the Raiders, be real, the Raiders were like, all right, you can go, Max. Like, you wanted to break up with her. Think about it. You ain't breaking up with her if she all that. Like, all that? No, she could have been all that, and then something fell off. It could have been personality. It could have been mentality. It could have been emotions. It could have been physically. Whatever it is, you could just rate everybody. See, I love like objectifying like real relationships, real people, real circumstances. People don't like to do that a lot of times. That sounds so inhumane. No. I'm going to tell you why I do it after I get off this damn video. I don't like this.
The second part is, how does this non-trade impact their timeline in Las Vegas? Because they are without 2 first-round picks that they were thinking they were going to have. And so after all that free agency spending, it was kind of like, could they get competitive in the next year or so? Now without those 2 picks, how do they pivot, at least from what their plan was in the now and maybe in the next 6 to 12 months?
Preach it. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's get back to objectifying things. You have to do this. Like, this is not the end all be all, but you got to start doing this because it explains things much better than you emotionally trying to always articulate it. Like, Every relationship you ever been in, every situation you ever been in, you walk in with an expectation. Your expectations may have been set properly or not. Okay? I don't know if you guys ever DJ, if you guys ever play with audio mixing, but you know how important the equalizer is, right? It's called an equalizer. Something's messed up over here. Let's equalize it. All right? Something's messed up over there. And an equalizer, whatever it may be, a trackboard, whatever you want to call it, you never put all the buttons all the way to the top. It's not all plus gains, and it's not all minus gains. It's got to be a little bit of a wave. And a keen ear can hear where to play with it, right? So we all walk into any situation with an expectation. And once you walk in with that expectation, you immediately start with your keen ear, your eyes, everything you're feeling, all your senses, all 5, all 6, your third eye, all that. It starts to recalibrate. And you literally be like, whoa. And then it gets to a point that you're recalibrating so much you're not enjoying the music. Then it gets to a point you're recalibrating so much you're not enjoying the music that you say, this doesn't sound good. Too much work. It's the same thing in every relationship. You wouldn't break up with her because she was all that, and stop telling her that when you're breaking up. You know what it is. Girl, you fell off. Me too. It's simple as that. So the whole Maxx Crosby situation got everybody talking crazy. Let me tell you what I think really happened. The fact that Maxx Crosby was already on some layover Southwest flight tells me they weren't into what they had to give up. They were already thinking economically because they probably already paid a price. So I think at this time when you're booking the flight and all that stuff, of course, you're thinking, wow, this is a grip, right? And you also thinking this ain't a quarterback and stuff. And so walk with me. If this was Lamar Jackson as a free agent or a quarterback, they would have, private. Come on, stop playing. But when it's a D-end and you give it up 2 first and you're going to pay the dude. You know how it goes when you got that big vacation and you like, all right, bought the cruise. We're going on the Disney cruise, just like this. We already bought the Disney cruise. Oh, God, we got to get a flight to get out there. Okay. Now you start looking at like snacks and concessions. You start like, we're going to pack some bags. We're going to pack a lunch. You know what I mean? Who hasn't been there? You be like, all right, I bought all that. I ain't buying everything. That's part one. So some part of them was already like, we doing too much for it, the end. Then you get there and you realize, all right, you got one doctor who looked at you. He said, how the scans look? They good? They good? And he's like, give me a second. You need a second. Oh, that triggers all the stuff you had before, all the buyer's remorse you potentially had. Right? You go to Gucci store and they don't hit you with the champagne soon you walk in. You're like, excuse you? Okay, then they hovering around you like, you need anything? You're like, yeah, I need something. I don't know what I want, but I need something. And then they just like, well, let me take you to this section. And all they take you to is the sunglasses, the cheapest part, the handkerchiefs. You're like, wait, I got dough. Stop. Right? If they don't treat you right, then all of a sudden, it's something going on. The Trey Hendrickson part, I don't think you need direct contact with his agent or him in that moment to make that happen. I don't buy that part. One, you're going to get caught. That's a direct trail. But two, we already know what Trey Hendrickson is valued and worth. And we already knew that before we flew Maxx Crosby on Southwest. So stop it. I really think they got a classic case. This is Occam's razor. A classic case of buyer's remorse. But buyer's remorse usually isn't talked about with people. That's why I like objectifying people sometimes. Because you get to really now all of a sudden detach from all that emotion and say, oh yeah, you asking for too much, right? You went on a date and she told you she don't like to cook, clean, or stay home. She loved to travel. She don't want no kids, blah, 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 but she fine. Oh Lord. Who hasn't been there? Then you get home, y'all talking, and you starting to listen this time. You're like, what? Nah, I'm good. Buyer's remorse. I think they just had simple buyer's remorse. All right, let's speak of buyer's remorse. Beat up in the comments because we're about to get into the WNBA. Do they have buyer's remorse? Are them owners going to be like, what we sign up for these ladies? That's too much. We're going to do that. Also, the Lakers are championship contenders for real. They won 7 in a row, y'all. Ooh. Inside the NBA, getting criticized and getting love. Let's talk through that, all that. But first, the WNBA. And y'all, I'm also going to play something. Y'all going to see how the game is played. It's dirty out here, boy. It's sad. It's Shams right now, but then watch after this what I play. Y'all be like, oh, that's messed up.
Are part of that group that they're tied with trying to get to that third spot.
Peter, can you give me a second?
I think they'll be okay.
Give me a second.
Ooh, what we got?
Now, you have to deliver. When you do that, you can't just come back and be like, my mom was texting me. Like, he's on the phone, all right, I don't know, and Shams he's got some news, all right?
Yeah, all right.
Let's go back to the Wolves. This is fun.
This is great.
Hey, he really working, though, for real. Shout out to Shams. Good dude.
If they were to lose early in the playoffs, like if they were to be knocked out, like what's Ann Edwards'
You hear him in the background?
In this whole conversation as we rave about SGA and when.
No, I don't want to hear all this. I don't want to hear none of that. Watch this. Shams gonna come back and watch this.
Ant with a ton of runway, a guy that's mostly healthy,
look
young in his career still, was really
look.
So Peter, here's what I've got. So earlier overnight, the WNBA announced a landmark collective bargaining agreement. They have reached agreement, multi-year deal. They've been in this battle for months now on a collective bargaining agreement. And I have the details of this collective bargaining agreement. These are landmark. It's a new salary cap that starts at $7 million. That's up from $1.5 million.
Don't understate that, y'all. That's 4. Was it 1.4 before? That's 4x plus, almost 5. Is it? No, that's 5. Was it 1.4? I ain't even listening to him. So 5x. Wherever you were, you were making $200. Now you're making a G. Eat.
Just last year, there will be an average revenue share among the owners, the league, and the players of nearly 20% across the lifetime of this deal.
So it ain't 20. It's under 20. Nearly. We got close. Okay. Oh, the lifetime of the deal. Okay. Look how she sits. She at home. Look how she's sitting. What?
Supermax contracts starting at $1.4 million, escalating to $2 million and above.
The
Wilson. Average salary for WNBA players moving forward will be around $600,000. The minimum will be signed for above $300,000. Okay. This is according to my sources across the WNBA in the industry. And you think about where the league came from in 2003 when they had their first salary cap, thanks to our stats and info guys, of $600,000+.
Hey, think about it. When did the WNBA start? Not 2003. They didn't even have a cap. They had nothing. They just was like, they just had a basketball, a net, and some paper. What?
They didn't even get to over $1 million in the salary cap until 2020. Players are now, for the first time in league history, set to make salaries of $1 million and above. It's a landmark deal. Nneka Ogwumike with the WNBA PA, the president, and obviously WNBA Kathy Engelberg. They've been negotiating here. It's been a marathon of several days now.
Wow. That's pretty good. What can you guys say? Can you add to this in the moment? Let's see if this was staged or this was real.
Monica, your response.
I'm glad they got something done, because this thing was getting real tenuous. It had been for a while. The most encouraging thing I heard from what Shams just said was the rev share. We knew that the salaries, in terms of max salaries, were going to be what we didn't know. I was pretty confident, just based on where the league has come from, that you'd get to that point. But again, each one of these CBAs is designed to move the ball further down the field, so to speak. This is a big moment for this league, and not just for the WNBA, but for a number of other women's sports leagues.
Great job.
Bless you. Oh, I'm allergic to all that boo. Let me stop. Respect. Oh, man, it is. It's helpful. It's definitely good. A lot of people, the first thing people say is, how you going to rev share with somebody who ain't making you no money? Y'all so stupid. Oh, my God. They make money. They also spend a lot of money. So that you know the difference between net and gross and all that. So there's money to be made basically in the WNBA. And what's exciting is that the owners are like, all right, we have taken L's with you guys for a long time. And now we see the bump. Now we can run with it. It's a wave. We're going to give you guys a little bit of this. But think about it. It's only 1/5. Like the NFL is up to 50% at one time. I think 48 to 50, 51 is usually where the NFL is. And they're at probably 18, 19. Part of wealth is just maturity. And that's one of the racial elements of our country that we get lost in, because a lot of times you talk about wealth and then you see a lot of white wealth and then you see not as much black wealth. And it's a simple conversation. We all know why, because of slavery. But the point is maturity. Now you're starting to see more. How many black billionaires are there now? They're like 5, 6, 10. You count the Africans, it's like 20, 30, 40. It's just a maturity conversation. Like, when did you start? Okay, well, you got some work to do. So the WNBA still has some work to do, but great for them. Okay. I shouldn't even do this to this lady. All right, I just want y'all to see the difference. This is ESPN playing games. Watch this.
All right, breaking news into SportsCenter this morning. The WNBA and the WNBA PA have agreed in principle on the terms for a new collective bargaining agreement. Alexa Philippou joins us right now.
Well, she flew through that name because that must have been tough. What's that, Alexa Philippou? Big fan, too. Big fan. Man.
SportsCenter, Alexa, you've been all over this story from the beginning. What more can you tell us?
Oh, go, Alexis.
Yeah, Mina, both sides verbally agreed to those terms for a new collective bargaining agreement around 2:20 a.m. this morning after over 100 hours over this past week of bargaining.
And it's 2:21 right now because she just got the story. She's the scooper. Just want to let y'all know how ESPN be rolling. They give Shams all that shine and all that fresh. Look at how they doing. Look what they doing over here. Come on, man. Look, she like, look, I'm about that life. This is a real beat reporter, y'all. This is really how it's going.
And though they could not share the exact terms that they did agree to until a term sheet is finalized, the sentiment around the players was that this is going to be a transformational deal that will change what the league looks like, not just now, but in the present moving forward. Okay, I'm sorry. I gave you your shine because I wanted to, because you actually were like camped out in front of the headquarters and know all the details. She was giving all that, and then Shams gets the shine, like, you know, the breaking news and all that. And that's how it really goes. Like, I remember I got in trouble. I broke a story, and Adam Schefter was supposed to tell everyone where Jim Harbaugh was going, Michigan. I was like, if you doing your work, you can see it. Here's the paper. Here's the contract right here. I'm not trying to break news. I'm just trying to say, why are you waiting to break news? Why it got to be you to break news? That's all I said. And it was a thing. It's a thing. So they didn't give her the shine, but she's the one that did the work. And then Shams, you know, he does his work too, but we're going to make sure we get it to Shams. So that's how the game is played. All right, y'all. Let's get off of that subject. All right, the girls are getting paid. Yeah. Oh, no, let's stay on that subject. Let's hear the other side to it. Like y'all talking in these comments. I know everybody ain't happy, or everybody doesn't see the gold pot at the end of the rainbow. People are like, what? How they going to do this?
For those of you that enjoy women's basketball, which is 3 of you, get ready for the final season of the WNBA. Wow. There's a new verbal agreement on a new CBA, a league that has never once been able to pay its own bills, that has been subsidized every second of every day by the NBA, is now officially going to go bankrupt after this season. So for those of you that thought the ladies should fight for what they deserve, unfortunately, is nothing because they don't produce any income.
I don't know if these claims are substantiated, but they sound a little more correct than not, right? But not bankrupt and they don't make any money. They just spend money, you know, the P&Ls, you know, checks and balances. It's kind of, he gangster though. He going there.
And the revenue growth, while great with Caitlin Clark, comparatively to every other year, has been better. They are losing a boatload of money, continue to lose a lot of money. They're now going to open up the regular season on May 8th. Nobody's going to care unless Caitlin Clark is playing. Sometimes be careful what you ask for. Because now that for this year, you're getting a raise that you feel like you deserved, and good for you. You're going to drive the league into absolute bankruptcy, and the WNBA will not exist a couple years from now.
Wow. Now he got me thinking conspiracy. He got me thinking these owners are like, look. No, I gotta say this.
Because greed overtook common sense, and the NBA is not going to support it forever because billionaires don't like losing money year after year after year. So, ladies that think people in America care about women's basketball, sadly we don't. And it's not a knock or a shot at the ladies who play. They're wildly talented. and they play a great brand of basketball for women, but America will never care about women playing basketball.
Wow. Golly, that's a show? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. God dang. Was he giving those texts at Fox? Goodness. Man, that's gangster. Woo, that's a lot. All right, let me hear it. Let me say this. If they lower them rims, they're going to make money. But they want to be stubborn. I can do everything a man do, except the ball smaller, except the clock is different, except the three-point line closer, but I can do it. I can't do everything a woman does. Why does that sound like a diss when you say it to women? And then when they say to you, hey, I can't do everything you do, so stop. You can't do everything I do, so stop. Really? Okay. Now here's the couch. Pick it up. I can pick up a couch. I can. Now I can't have no baby. Look, the owners are sitting there saying this. This is a conspiracy. He just brought up a conspiracy theory. Look, let me say this. There's no way out of this. It's a PR nightmare. We can't just close the league. But they lost money for 28 years. You can. It doesn't matter. You know what they would say about us. You know all my other businesses. You know the ones that actually got me money. The money that I used to spend on this business. Now I'm over here just getting drained. You know what happens? If I go out there in the public eye and tell them we are folding, we are closing our doors to these ladies. Oh, you know what they gonna say about me and what they gonna do to my businesses. No, can't have that. So, how can we get out of this without it being us who got out of it? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know what you're saying, Paul. Come on. You know I've been thinking and telling you to do all the time. All right, so what should we do? I got a plan. Let's give them what they want. Let's accelerate this race to hell. Let's accelerate this. And then when we crash and burn, boom! It's one thing for the pilot to do it. It's another thing for the plane to just malfunction. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you're saying, Paul. You've been saying it for a long time. It just hit different today. It just hit different today, I tell you. Ooh-wee. If they run out of money, I don't know how you run out of money. You got billionaires subsidizing you. But if they run out of money and it gets passed in the court of public opinion, like, oh, that's too much. That's a conspiracy. I don't believe it. I don't think it's going to happen that way. I think they actually they're going to ball out. They're going to make their money. And we do care about women's basketball to a degree. But they're not meeting us where we want to be met. And we want to see lower rims. At least an exhibition. Like the NBA got these old glossy little Candyland courts when they doing a tournament. Like do something different. Change it up. Stop being a Puritan. Well, we're going to make sure the integrity of the game is the same as the men. It's not. Dog, I go to practice right now. I see high schoolers. Yeah. I watch that practice. I watch a high school basketball practice just because kids could dunk. You think I'm excited to watch a high school basketball practice? No. There's never on my radar of things to do. But when you walk in the gym or you walking by, you waiting for your son to get on the court, and you see somebody, doo-doo, you put your phone down. You be like, oh, Jesus. Something about dunking, and they don't want to dunk. All right, well, get dunked on then. That's why I hear. All right, let's get it up. Beat up in the comments. We still got stories to go through. We still got to talk about these Lakers championship contenders inside the NBA. Too real or too reckless? Let's get into that. JJ, we JJ Redick, and we here to rock.
And still has been a high usage player relative to your average player. He's the best thing for our team is him being the third highest used player. I think finding a rhythm and a groove within the rotations and lineups when those three guys play, I think that's been the challenge for all of them, not just LeBron all season. Post All-Star break, it's just about finding that rhythm and finding that groove for all three of those guys.
Man, blah, blah, blah. Let me break it down for y'all simply because everybody's making too much noise about this. LeBron at the third option is best because, one, you can't be Luka. Luka is just insane in his own way. And let's just say because of age and because of, it's not even usage. It's almost wattage. Like he his style of play, he got to have the ball. LeBron, you don't have to have the ball. It's good when you do have it. But his style of play, his wattage, he needs to be plugged in. And that ball, he needs to be ball in socket. So is Luka. Age in that. And his game is elite as well. Austin was the problem. Because you're like, yo, we can't have LeBron James, who's in the GOAT conversation, who's still balling. He's still averaging over 20. He giving it up to Austin Reeves? Best thing that happened to Austin Reeves was sciatica, was LeBron's spasm. Showed everybody that Austin Reeves got this. Yep. So then LeBron comes back and he's fighting that because he's like, I ain't losing to Austin Reeves. That doesn't even fit the narrative. See, so much of it is narrative. Because in reality, LeBron's better than Austin Reeves, but in narrative, I mean, if they both had to go, LeBron could still get him. It would take a lot out of LeBron. It'd take a chunk of flesh. But the real is, this is why you got to do it. And LeBron finally came to this realization. And I give you an example of it. LeBron at the third option, whoever your third option is, good luck to him. He done. That's dirty. He dead. He killing him. Luka versus your one, okay, you're going to have some great matchups. Luka probably wins most, but you're going to have some great ones. There's some ones out there now. You know what I mean? Cade Cunningham, SGA. Oh, there, Luka. You big, but we're going to run you up and down this court. Good luck. Austin Reeves versus some number twos. Interesting. He probably going to lose a few of those battles, but he grinding and he going to give you some. So it's going to be good. But you got to think about it. LeBron versus your third? We ain't got to think about that. Get him out of here. Move. LeBron, too much IQ before you even talk about skills. Too much IQ. So I'll give you this story. Last year, I'm coaching our little ones, my girls, and we lost to a team that we had to play again in the finals. So these kids are 6. They already be like, they're better than us. This is their pregame, literally. When we go up there and show up, what jersey color are we, yellow or black? Oh, we're black. Okay. They're like, Dad, they're better than us. I was like, why? Oh, they beat us last time. Okay, but we beat them this time. It's not how good you are, it's how well you play. Let's play. No, they beat us and they good and they got the best player. You got to... When they say confidence is not like the absence of fear, courage is not the absence of fear, it's knowing how to manage it. Kids telling themselves, they're like, he better than me. Like, what? Oh my God, I can't wait till puberty hits. You're going to grow out of that. So I was like, no, just play them hard. Stop giving them stuff. Stop thinking in your head they're better than they are. Make them earn it. Go. None of that was working. I'm not Belichick. I ain't Phil Jackson. None of that was working. You know what worked? Okay, my 1 versus they 1, they got us. They got the best player in the league. My 2 versus they 2, it's getting a little washy, but whatever. My 3, though, is a dude. But they 3 is suspect. Okay, but he's our 3. We normally don't give him no love. Guess who getting love in this championship game? That boy went for 10 points. That boy won the game for us. Everybody else did their part. But they were over there just neutralizing each other. Him, he stood out as the 3. So I think that's what the Lakers are going to find. And they're finding it right now, the magic formula. LeBron at the 3.
There used to be a time in this studio where I might say, okay, they won the first game against Houston, back-to-back game. That might be one that we might give up. But I don't know if we've seen this team play the way they've been playing. They're playing championship caliber basketball right now. And I don't think we've seen that in quite some years. It's been a long time since we've seen this type of basketball.
Y'all agree? Shout out to James Work. That man can play some golf too. See him all the time.
With the defense, emphasis on that part of the game. And these guys are willing to play for one another. The chemistry's really good.
Isn't it crazy how chemistry can come together or you can force it to happen? Like the realization, look at these circumstances. You got Luka, who's still trying to get over the hump and get his first championship to solidify his greatness. You got Austin Reeves, who's just trying to get a big-ass contract and just like, look, I'm hungry, and I want it all, like a monopoly. And then you got LeBron, who's trying to land his plane. He said, I got to land it properly. I got to land it where people say the right things, okay? I don't need to be stuck out here like Maxx Crosby on some damn layovers. You got to land this plane properly, right? That's where they are. So at first, this wasn't proper chemistry. Everybody fighting for something else. Then they come to realize, Oh, I think we need something together. You know how winning cures all? Winning a championship. Watch how it cures it.
They're moving up in the standings. I don't think I've seen this in quite some time. So to have this type of impact in the standings and have a collective effort led by today, I mean, Luka did his thing, but LeBron, man, it was amazing what he was able to do today to lead this team. So they're playing really good basketball right now. It's contagious.
I'm gonna come around, get your boy.
Marcus Smart sometimes.
First of all, what were they doing in that sound room? That is the hypest. What is Time Warner Spectrum? What are y'all doing? That was the hypest shit ever. I stopped listening to him. Goodness. And I thought I had a cone head. Woo, worthy. You are worthy of the king of cone heads. Me and you, brother. Let's fight.
You see it from Luka sometimes. You see it from Ayton sometimes. You see it from Rui, Austin. So when you start to get that kind of gel, that kind of blend on both ends of the court, that's a good thing.
Oh, you think it's a good thing? It's a great thing. Blah, blah, blah. Jaylen Brown versus Luka. Ooh, that's a matchup. Because you know Jaylen Brown going to make that boy move. He's like, oh, how's your body fat going? Because I'm about to get some of that off you. Yeah. Then you got Tatum. I don't know what shape he's going to be in. I don't know how good the Achilles going to be. But Tatum versus Austin Reeves? Why keep coming? And then now we got a problem. Who you putting on LeBron? Who is the 3 in Boston? Caitlin Clark, the dude, that little dude? Y'all better stop playing with me. If I was Stephen A, I'll say Al Horford. He ain't even there no more. Oh, let me stop. Oh, man. So beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I see y'all over here laughing at that. It's hilarious. Man. Whew. I got to play this. Let's laugh. Y'all ready? Little LeBron.
I don't know what to tell you, LeBron. I have the keys now. But I always drive. Yeah, but you're old now. You drive a lot slower than you used to. And when you drive, we're more likely to get stopped and get the shit beat out of us. Well, I should at least be in the front seat instead of Austin. Austin's my road dog. He's helping us get to our destination. Come on, Luka. I only want to drive for a sec. Think about how nice it would be to rest for just a little bit. That does sound pretty nice. I can drive. Shut your thin cracker lips, Austin. So what do you say, Luka? Okay, but only for a sec so I can rest. Just make sure you don't crash us. I'm not gonna crash us. I can't believe you let me drive. This is
levity, right? We always got to laugh. It's pretty good. I think those should be like, it's weird. Fair use don't even care about them. It's kind of gangster. All right. Well, we got one. I got to get Kenya Martin. Man, I'm going to say that for tomorrow because Kenya went there. Kenya Martin talks about why he did what he did to the dude. He embarrassed his producer. He got his get back. So we're gonna talk about that. Before we get into that, let's do the Inside the NBA stuff. Let's have some fun with that. A lot of people are criticizing Inside the NBA. Obviously, the move to ESPN, coincidentally or because of the move and cause, the show ain't the same in terms of us seeing it, us feeling it, viewing it. It's just not having the same cultural impact. In a weird way, you know how the Breakfast Club went to Netflix and they're talking about, oh, man, we've lost kind of our connection to our people. Sometimes that happens in that capacity. People predicted that what happened with McAfee. McAfee actually blew up. He got bigger, better. And then it seems like Inside the NBA is not. So what comes with that is criticism, whether it's warranted or not. People are like, man, we don't even see y'all. When we see y'all, all y'all doing is hating on this era of basketball. People are saying, why not hate on this era of basketball? It sucks. You know what? And if you don't like what I'm saying and you like this era of basketball, then you suck. Right? So let's find out. What do people think?
We've become so accustomed to being lied to that we get offended by the truth. And the fact of the matter is, inside the NBA, they speak the truth and they don't care if they offend you. Football shows, they just sit there and lie to you. They want to be America's best friend. Howie and Stray and Terry, they do a great job. You'll never hear them saying anything negative about anybody. Everything can't be positive all of the time.
Well, that's not true. Matter of fact, I got stuff in my head right now. That's not true. The complexion of the show makes you think that. The glossiness of the show, Kurt Menefee bringing it back home and being positive, lets you know that. But they go there. But to your point, it's not extreme. It's not all the time. But, yeah, they certainly go there. Be like, yo, you got to pick it up. Hey, them turnovers the last few games, you haven't heard that? Of course you have. What it is that there are different dynamics. When we watch Inside the NBA, it's almost like the preparation is the separation. There's a huge difference. I give it to you like this. There are certain shows, I know this from the executive producer and the producer, they don't want you to prep. They're like, nah, be you, be casual in conversation. Do you remember there was a day when we used to have, remember the day where everyone used to talk like this when they were doing their broadcasting and analysis, right? Then I remember at ESPN when they made the switch, they was like, no, this is a casual one. So what does that mean? So when that means don't look at the camera. Never look at the camera. So all the conversations start turning like this. What? And then the camera just goes around and pans around. People didn't even catch that. They did that intentionally. So when you watch Inside the NBA, I think they intentionally say, hey, dog, don't come in here with all them stats and numbers and all that stuff. Don't be talking about 3.7 yards per carry as they do in football. We don't want to hear about 2.8 assists. Just talk. And you know when cats start talking, go to the barbershop. They just be talking some bullshit. They be going at it.
None of those shows are honest because it's praise the sport, praise the sport, praise the sport. I prefer give me objectivity. Give me honesty. Keep it
a buck. Look, they are critical of the players, but they praise the sport. Isn't that a good balancing act? You want to kill the players and kill the sport, but that's the same sport that you use to get to the position you in right now? Huh? What? Where they do that at?
Bean. Chuck is like, if the Lakers win, the talk shows tomorrow, of which he's referencing, likely First Take and Stephen A, because they talk about LeBron the most, are going to sit here and say, the Lakers should be the favorite in the Western Conference. And Chuck is like, the fact of the matter is, even if they beat the Nuggets, the Lakers aren't on the same level as the Thunder. Mm-hmm. That's honest. That's fair. That's true. You come to all these little football shows, everybody just sit here and lie to you and act like everybody is the best player in the world.
Hey, blah, blah, blah. Good take. I mean, I ain't taking away from the take. I think it's misaligned. I could get you homework right now and just show you all the times where they going in on somebody because I frankly remember a few times. But at the same time, why can't the Lakers be a championship contender? This is the problem with crying wolf. They've done that too many times for the Lakers because people always want to prop up the Lakers because they're an attraction, right? They put meat in seats. They make you want to watch. I get it. So they've done that so many times that when they actually do it this time, which is accurate, they won 7 in a row. They got a big 3. They got something. And they're the 3rd seed. You can't say the 3rd seed could be the best in the West? What are we doing here? They started off on fire, then they had to recalculate, they had to insert a 41-year-old, and now they found their stride again. You can't say that team is the best? Okay, you say OKC. Okay, or OKC is saying they're the best, and San Antonio's sitting there saying, really? We smoked them. We get that. That's us. So I just think it was a little misaligned. Even though I know what Acho was saying, I don't think he said it right. And yeah, to call out a whole show, say they never criticize. No, I know what he's saying. He's really talking about like Good Morning Football or something. Like I worked at the NFL Network before the NFL Network even opened. Trust me. My first interview ever was Peyton Manning. Come on now. And at NFL Network, they did tell me before, do not say stuff like that. I was like, what do you mean? There was a story about the commissioner, and I was just doing what I do, which is tell the truth or keep perspective, tell both sides, something like that. They were like, leave that one side out of it. I was like, really? They was like, yeah, this is called the NFL Network. So there they do that. I'm sure they still do it. But not everywhere else. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing with me, right? So be up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me get a spicy topic in before we get up out of here. Yeah, isn't it crazy? I got shut down in the beginning. We built ourselves back up. We're strong. At the same time, we're still getting out of here at 6:30. Hey, you ain't going to make me work extra time. Blame Maxx Crosby. I blame Maxx Crosby. No, that was good. Oh, to the point. To the point. All right, let's play this. This is to the point. This is what they're talking about. So I'll read the caption after, but just listen to this. So that I love it. Because Charles Barkley will wake up, roll out of bed, and do that every day, all day. Right? Listen what they wrote. This is part of the agenda. This is part of how it gets out there. Incredible performance here from Charles Barkley. He ignores a question from Bruce Pearl, says he's glad he's not in the studio because people are looking for him, and that TNT security is so cheap that everyone has the same code in the office. You get it? Got it. Okay? So they go there, and we're in a different place. It's so crazy that when you win, we overlook things, and when you lose, we look for everything, right? And last time I checked with human beings, when you look, you will find, because we are imperfect beings. It's just that simple. So, tough little sledding right there. Beat up in the comments. Let me end on this. I thought this picture is fascinating. Beat up in the comments. Tell me exactly what you think when you see this picture. First thing I thought was something a little off, okay? So imagine waiting for the elevator and then they open up. You know how you always rush into an elevator before you let it open for real? And you be like, oh, especially kids. You be like, oh, sorry. Slow down, dog. Let me off, and then you get on. So imagine it as Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, and Jaden Daniels. What do y'all think? Be up in the comments. Look at this dude. He's like, damn, this is kind of a cool ride. Is that security? That ain't it. That's TNT security you was talking about. First thing I was thinking about, I was like, all right, I saw the shades inside by the quarterbacks, the black quarterbacks. I was like, all right, do you? Then I saw the white quarterbacks, they all understated. I was like, this is racial. Don't do that, Wiley. So then I said, okay. Then I started saying ranking. I was like, this is going to be sick. They're having this tournament out here. We're having a tournament as well. I'm having a tournament with Aaron Rodgers, and it's going to be at Saddleback College in Mission Viejo. Come on out, Saturday, 11 to 4. I will be emceeing along with Jordan Palmer and along with Desmond Howard. And then they having this one because they got canceled in Saudi Arabia, so they moved it out here to L.A. as well, trying to take over our day, Tom Brady and those guys. So if you're in L.A. and you got kids, you can't complain this weekend. There's a lot of NFL guys your kids can meet and get pictures with, etc. All the love. Check my socials if you want more information, please. Okay, that's it. I got to get out of here. I got itty bitties to take care of. I ain't listening, y'all. And I'm mad at Maxx Crosby still for shutting me down. Mad at him. Love. Nah, it was a good show. Still made it out. Ooh, wait till I do tomorrow, though. Y'all got to hear Kenyon going in on that producer. Gang related. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come. Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I think